Hey guys, welcome back to Jurassic Collectibles. So today we're going to be comparing the packaging on these two. It's the classic Kenner Red Rex and the brand new 30th anniversary Mattel 93 classic Tyrannosaurus Rex. Now I am a huge fan of the original Jurassic Park and all the merchandise that came along with it. And one of the things that is really memorable to me is the choice of packaging on all of their merchandise. This lovely sunset design with the Jurassic Park logo always stood out on the shelves. So I wanted to take a close-up look at the packaging on the old and the new Tyrannosaurus Rex and just see what's happening, because I love taking a close-up look at Jurassic Park stuff. So on first impressions, what's really impressive is how well they've matched the colour scheme of the 1993 box. Just look at the reds going on here, how closely they match. Now look at the yellows in the Jurassic Park logo and how closely they match. You have to remember that this thing is 30 years old, and to actually accurately match that print colour is really hard. So they've done a really good job in terms of matching the feel of the original box. I mean, these look like they could be from the same line. That's how closely they've matched it. And the other obvious thing to notice is the fact that the original Tyrannosaurus Rex came in this closed style box. Some boxes actually came with this clear plastic film. I have another Tyrannosaurus Rex that doesn't have this, so you can actually reach in and feel that real feel skin. I think it was dependent on which region you were in, but Mattel have gone for an open style box. I imagine because it saves a bit on packaging, but also it's in line with their other Jurassic World toys that they've been releasing over the years. And also it allows kids to feel that dinosaur skin. So actually, I quite like the choice of having an open box where you can actually really feel that rubbery skin. As you can see, the Kenner box has this nice silhouette of the palm trees from the Jurassic Park logo. And in the backdrop here, the card back of this Tyrannosaurus Rex, you also have some plants being silhouetted to match. And we also have the silhouette of the Jurassic Park gates, which is reminiscent of the SDCC Hammond figure that Mattel did a number of years ago. The gradient of colour on this 93 box is really nice and soft. You can see here where it transitions from red into orange and then into yellow. You can even see some paint spatter from the airbrush there, and that's probably because that may have been a technique used at the time to create this print work. Whereas on this new Mattel box, you can see they've actually gone for this dithered dot design, and this was actually a technique that was used in old print works for things like newspapers and comics that were really popular in the 90s. And you can even see this sort of offset lithography effect going on with the gates, which helps sell this kind of retro printed look. So that's obviously an intentional design choice. And up in the corner here, we have this nice 93 classic logo, which is obviously going to tie together all of the toys in this line. The thickness of this card back is really sturdy, and that's great. It's a reassuring thing if you're buying this box and you're taking it home. I think it's going to get home in good condition, because this part is really sturdy and really thick, and you can just see where the seam of the front print work transitions into the sort of diorama bit on the back. Now on the top of the Kenner Classic box, you can see we've got these nice images of the product and how to use them. So these are the actual features of the toy, and you can see it's got this really nice grey gradient backdrop to make the toy pop and show you how to use it. They've even added little graphics to show you where the T-Rex is roaring and where the legs are stomping and wobbling. They've added like these airbrushed artworks also on the tail there. On the Mattel box, you can see they faithfully recreated that artwork. You've got the same grey gradient going on with the product, and you can see we've got these nice little artworks denoting where the sound features are emanating from, and it says roar. So it's really cool that they replicated that 90s feel on the packaging. You can see the original Tyrannosaurus Rex font used along with this electronic LCD effect logo. So you can see that they've neglected to put this LCD style electronic anywhere, although I think they could have done that and got away with it. The font itself is a little bit more squashed vertically, but it does actually replicate the feel of that original font. So that's pretty cool. And you can see they've even done this yellow lettering in italics, just like it does down here where it says roar and stomping sound. So they've actually replicated that yellow text as well. Down here you can see we've got the conjoined JP logo, and it even tells you what number this T-Rex is. It's JP09, and it says there official mark. And to replicate that, we have the same conjoined JP logo, just in red and white, with the 30 in the corner, because obviously this is the 30th anniversary. So where that 9 was, they've now got 30. On the side of the packaging, you can see we've got the Jurassic Park logo with that lovely LCD font and Tyrannosaurus Rex. Whereas on the new one, we've got just the Jurassic Park logo at the black bottom there. And because of the open nature of the box, you're presented with the actual T-Rex toy, which I think looks really cool there. Now, how cool is this? To compare the packaging of old and new and to see how much there is similar going on here. How much work Mattel have put into replicating the feel of this original packaging. We have this wonderful diorama going on with the Red Rex, which really shows you the kind of play potential of this figure. And this got my imagination firing. I remember seeing this thing in the toy shops and it just blew my mind. You've got Muldoon there with his rocket launcher on the left-hand side. You've got Timmy with his snare and Alan with his net launcher. And it's an amazing diorama. It really puts them in the setting of Isla Nublar. You can see at the bottom we've got grey gradient artwork showing off other figures and dinosaurs in the wave. And we've also got grey gradient artwork showing off the features of this figure, just to remind you. Photography of the Red Rex is just magnificent. The lighting, and just everything about it, the pose, it looks really menacing. And yeah, it's just a fantastic image on the back there. While the image of the T-Rex is quite cool, I still feel the 93 Rex looks a little bit better in terms of its photography quality. And I don't know if this is intentional, but Mattel seem to have added a slight gradient to that photography. Now, I'm wondering if it's almost like they're trying to add fake wear or fake sun fade. It does feel that way. So if that's intentional, that's quite a cool little design idea. Down here, we've got a little bit about the new app feature, which is fine because that's new technology that's come along. And again, they've stayed true to that grey gradient artwork, showing off the features and the other figures in this wave. Really, really cool. So I hope you enjoyed this quick look comparing the packaging of the old Tyrannosaurus Rex from Kenner and the new one from Mattel. I'm really excited to open these up and take a closer look. Stay tuned for more content on Jurassic Collectibles, and I'll see you in the next video.